Alright, today I'm headed to the Monopole shop here in Zurich, Switzerland. We're going to get an overview of the products that they offer and get a little information about the inspiration behind the tool bike. So, yeah, come along, let's go.
Hi everyone, I'm Yuri from Monopole. We are here at our flagship store, 5 minutes from the train station of Zurich. And yeah, let me give you a tour. This is the tool car. That's a design project from ECAL. It's a design school in Lausanne. And with Till Seegräber, we developed this sidecar. So as an addition to the Monopole, to have some extra capacity. And the neat thing about it is it has a bearing inside here. Just a standard 1/8 inch headset, so it can turn into the curves. So we have our little garden going on here to green up the city a little bit. So we have our test fleet right here, and where people come and they get curious about our special bike.
So if you come to Zurich, you can come and test ride a bike.
That's right, yeah. You can take it for a spin and explore the surroundings of our store. So this is our flagship store. We have our different models that we display here. At the same time, it's our main office. And right now they're in a meeting. But otherwise you will always find the people behind Monopole here. So yeah. So this is the Monopole #1 electric that we launched with 3 years ago. So the idea was to make a everyday bike that is at the same time a compact cargo bike, and basically one bike that you can use for all your needs in the city. So you don't need like an everyday commuter and then at the same time a cargo bike, and you don't have to think about it in the morning which one you take. You just take the Monopole, you go out and go to work or do groceries on the way back home, so you can put everything on our bike.
This is an e-bike version?
This is the e-bike version featuring the Mahle X35 motor, which fits the battery inside the down tube and has a pinion gearbox here. We ship it with the 6-speed gearbox as a stock, and you can have the 12-speed as an option as well. So like that, you always have lights with you, some backwind. So yeah, basically.
So how much does this e-bike version with the pinion, the lights, the rack?
So the complete bike with the frame welded in France and with all the high quality parts and our belt steering system, it comes in at 6,880.
Gotcha. Tell me more about the belt steering system, maybe over here.
That's right. That's our contribution to the bike tech and the bicycle industry. So since we have an offset between the fork axis and the steering axis, we figured out that the belt is a very good option. There is, I think the first one I saw was from the 20s, a Dutch cargo bike, and it used a chain, so a milkman's bike. You can see it in the Shimano or Bicycle Museum in Sakai in Osaka, Japan. So that's actually a very similar kind of concept. So instead of using a chain, we're using the belt. So this one you just set to the right tension using our eccentric bottom cup of the headset bearing. And after that, it doesn't need any grease or it doesn't need any real maintenance. Only thing that is good is if it gets like muddy or dirty, that you just wash it off with some water. So yeah, it's very smooth. It gives you a little bit of dampening since it's a rubber and carbon combination. So yeah, but it doesn't feel like there's any lag. So it's always on pulling forces. So that's what we figured out. Works super well. And really, when you ride it, I mean, everybody has to find out themselves, but I believe that it's really, really nice. Right here, we have the Monopole #1 Bio with the Alpine 11-speed internal gear hub. So this is a setup which works as well with the Gates carbon drive. So you have a very low maintenance setup. We chose the 11-speed Alpine because it's coming in at the lower price point than the Pinion 12-speed gearbox. At the same time, you can do the oil change right here with the syringe. So there's no need like on the 8-speed or less to unbuild the whole gearbox or the gearing. So and then instead of putting in a bath. So it's like our focus is always to have a long-lasting and easily maintained bike. So
It's easier to do an oil change on the Alpine versus the Pinion.
actually, I think it's a similar process. So it's both with the syringe, and I think they're both very well serviceable.
Yeah, and the service life too, isn't the Alpine your initials 300 miles?
Actually,
right?
I always tell my customers that, or our customers that I recommend, or Shimano recommends it every year. Okay. So that's kind of a good value or there. And on the Pinion, they say 10K. So after 10K, you do the first oil change. So yeah, gotcha. That's a long way.
You mentioned it has a belt. So where does the frame break?
So we have our own dropout design right here, and once you take these two screws off, and you have this plate, and underneath there's the split right here. So you should take the dropout off, and then you can pull the belt through.
So that's the Alpine version. What does the Bio Alpine, what does this come in around?
This starts at 4,780. So also like a high quality, low maintenance build. And then we have a Pinion 12-speed now, new since just a few weeks. So we're offering that as well worldwide. Bio C112 Pinion comes at 5,780.
Great. And then, shall we jump back to this version?
Sure.
Because this is like a frame set, you would say, that people could buy?
That's right. So we started off with the electric, like I said, and then we had people saying that they actually prefer to have a non-electric bike and use their own body to propel themselves. So we did the Bio. And then we also realized in our team that we have this frame that could do a lot more than just being an everyday city bike or commuter bike. So we tried out different setups with road handlebars, with flat bars, with chain drive, with also Pinion, smart shift, like all kinds of different setups. So we figured out that we want to offer this and share this with the people, because you can make an amazing touring bike or travel bike that can take all the load up front, and at the same time it's short enough to fit public transit, or it's under 2 meters, so that's kind of the legislation around here. And at the same time you can carry it on the back of your car, so it has this compact size.
Yep. Can you run a standard rear cassette, like 10-speed, or is this all internally geared hubs and
You can.
pinion?
Actually, my personal setup is right back there. We can have a look at it. It's using a SRAM 1x11 drivetrain. Yeah, this is one of the first builds that we made with the frame, and just kind of exploring what kind of setups are possible. So, like I said, I'm running this 1x11 drivetrain from SRAM. At the same time, we have the Shimano brakes and Schmidt-Son hub dynamo with a supernova lighting. So this is my everyday bike, and you use it for messenger work as well. So you don't have to carry the load on the back, but you just put everything up front. So yeah.
So you can really configure this in like 10 different ways, depending on how you want it to go.
You can have a drop bar with the pinion, with chain drive. You can have a flat bar. So yeah, I mean, we're always curious to see what people come up with, and yeah.
On the e-bike, it's currently an e-bike. If in the future someone wanted to make the e-bike a bio, is that possible?
That's absolutely possible. So this is one of our kinds of ways of thinking on product and on product design. So we don't want to build an electric bike around the motor system, but to have the motor system that fits our bike. The X35, you can take the wheel out. There's the battery inside the down tube. So there is a cap right here. So you can take off with an Allen key. At the same time, you have 2 bolts that double as a bolt for the cable guides. So you take these off, you can pull out the battery and put the plug back in, and then you have the same product as a frame set. So this is a really important part for us in terms of the design of the bike. So we don't want to make like this is a steel frame, so it's gonna last 30, 40, 50 plus years. So we don't want to make it obsolete just because it's built around a certain motor system.
And you're not gonna have, say, that motor system goes out of business. You will still have a bike that you can change in the future that you can change. Awesome. And then my next question over here is, this has the standard bottom bracket plate in there. Are you able to take that off and put on a pinion as a customer, or is that something that has to be done by you, the manufacturer?
That's a good question. This is the BSA adapter that we have fitted here. So it uses a 73 mil BSA, or English threaded bottom bracket. It's secured by the same bolts as the pinion. So if 3 bolts on the drive side and 3 on the non-drive side. They're tensioned to 10 Newton meters, and that's the only important thing. Anyone who can do the right tensioning can replace it. So yeah.
Very cool. Is there anything else you want to show me? Maybe the difference of the racks, the 2 different racks?
That's a really good point. So when choosing one of our bikes, you can pick either the platform rack that we have right here. Very flat. Generally flat, very minimalistic and lightweight and compact. Then we have the shopper rack right here, which is built with the idea in the mind to fit the grocery bags. We have the Freitag bags right here. So the special thing about it is that since we have the belt for the steering, we can actually have a freedom or free space around here because we don't have a rod for the steering. We can move down the whole load, so you have a lower center of gravity, which makes a more stable overall ride. At the same time, you have better clearance up here with the handlebars. So yeah, this is the shopper rack. We're also currently developing the XL rack. So the feedback from our customers was that they're looking for something that has a higher payload. Right now we're 30 kilos. We're looking into increasing that to 40 or even 50 kilos. And also child transportation is a big topic. So yeah, we're working on that. Need some certification as well for child transportation. So we're looking at fall or towards the end of the year. So yeah, please stay tuned for that.
Awesome. I think that's a great ending, sort of a little teaser of what's to come. Thank you, Yuri, for
Thank
the
you.
tour.
Thank you, Trent.
And thanks for the bike for the week.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Always welcome.
Thank you. Okay.
Do you want the motor?
Yeah, I'll turn it on. I'm pulling the plan. Oh, car, okay. I'll go around the block.
All right.
Stopping. Oh, the wheel. Man, that is a trip. But look, the sidecar moves with the bike. That is super cool.
One of the only few who gets to ride this one.
Oh, thank you. I feel so special. That is unique. Thanks, Yuri.
Thank you, Trent.